Okay, so the trick to getting your sticky labels off of things like your wine bottles is you soak them and you try to take off the label as much as you can. So this has been soaking. I can get most of it off. You can see it's still tacky. This stuff is kind of gummy. So what I do, there's a couple tricks I use. One of the tricks I use is you can use one of these purple Scotch-Brites. These are the heavy, extra heavy duty ones. I'll put a link to what I get in the description below. So this side, this is gonna come off pretty easily. Now, this has been soaking for a while in hot water. These are also really good for getting rust off of your mason jars from where the lids or the rings were. If you ever get really old mason jars from like an estate sale or something and they have rust on them, this is what I use to get the rust off. So this is actually pretty good. I'll have to go over it, but you can see how much better that is. But this side is, it's gonna get a little gunky. This might actually do it, but the other trick that I use is I take vegetable oil. I'll spray it on. It doesn't have to be vegetable oil. It could be any kind of oil. Use a spray bottle. It's pretty easy. I just keep that one under my sink and then I rub it on here. Now, I don't use anything fancy. Use the crap. It doesn't matter because you're not going to actually consume that. You're just putting it on your bottle. What I generally do is I'll leave this sit for a while and that will basically start to get this adhesive off. So what I do is I let it sit in the sink and then I'm doing my other things, okay? Now the next step is you get some baking soda. So this is just a mason jar. I put one of the ball herb shaker lids on top and I keep this under my sink as well, next to that and next to my spray vinegar that I use to clean my flat top stove. So then you just take some of this and then you shake it on. Okay, now normally I would let this sit for a while. What you do is you put this on and you'll just rub it. And as you see, let me dump this out. As you'll see, it'll start to come off. You can see it's coming off. Now, what I'll do is if you need a little more, I just rub that on. And it basically, with that oil, just takes those labels off. You might have to do it a couple times. Or you get your rag and then you just kind of finish the job. This one came off pretty easily. So then what I would do is I would, finish washing the bottle. Kind of look to see if there's any little sticky parts on there. You'll see if there is any little adhesive. You can do one of two things. You could put some more of this on there, more of the oil and the baking soda, or if it's not much, you can just pour some of the baking soda on or pour it in your hand. And then I just kind of rub it all around the outside of the bottle just to get off any sticky stuff. And then I rinse, and obviously, I'll rinse out the inside of this after I'm done here. Then you have a nice clean bottle that you can use for obviously bottling your own wine. That's what I'm using this for. I use this on jars as well. I just use this on a spaghetti sauce jar that I'm going to be reusing for some dehydrated goods or maybe some frozen pesto. You can use this for all sorts of glass. I love it. So this is my tip and trick for how to get those sticky labels off of jars.